Welcome students, my name is Vandana and I am your biology teacher. So today I'm going to start ICSE 6th standard syllabus. Okay, so before going to start with the syllabus, let me tell you something about the science. Okay, so already I think all of you have noticed that you are having three books of science: physics, chemistry and biology, right? And I am helping you with the subject biology. Before dealing with the first chapter, we'll see what is the meaning of biology. So biology, this word is derived from the two words bio plus logos. Biology is derived from the two words bio plus logos. So bio means life and logos means to study. So what is biology? So biology is a branch of a science which deals with the life science. So whatever the living things are present around us, we are going to study all these living things, either they are plants or the animals, in the branch of a science called as biology. Again, in the biology there are two major parts are there. One is botany and the another one is zoology. One is botany and another one is the zoology. So botany is a branch of a biology where we will study about the plants. So it is only the study about the plants. So zoology is a branch of a biology which deals with the study of animals. So these are the two major division or the parts in the biology. But don't think that only these are the two parts in the biology, because again there are so many branches are there in the biology, like microbiology, histology, anatomy, morphology. So there are so many branches are there. So as we will go for the higher classes, you will come to know about all other branches. So children, now let's start with the syllabus. So today we'll start the first lesson of your syllabus, leaf. So before going to study in detail about the leaf, so let us have a quick recap that what you have learned in your lower classes. So this is a plant, right? And in your lower classes, you guys have studied about the parts of plant. Can anybody tell what are the parts of the plants? Yes, those are roots, stem, leaf, flower and the fruit, right? So this is root, stem, leaf, flower and fruit. So as all of you know that the roots generally they grow below the ground, under the ground, right? So what are the functions of the roots? So roots, they absorbs the water and the minerals from the soil and gives to shoot system. And shoot system or the stem, it takes the water and the minerals from the root and gives to the leaf, and the leaf with the help of the minerals, water and the carbon dioxide which is present in the air, and in presence of a sunlight it prepares the food, and the food which is prepared again distributed to all the parts of plant body, and this is flower. So flower is a reproductive structure of the plant. So all these you have studied in your lower classes. Along with that, you need to know about the two terms. One is called as node and another is the internode. One is node and the second one is internode. What is node? Node is a point. Node is a point on the stem from where the leaf is emerging or the leaf is arises. That point of attachment is called as node. What is node? So node is nothing but it is a point of attachment on the stem from which the leaf is arising or the leaf is emerges. That point of attachment is called as node. So this is called as node. What do you mean by the internode? So internode, it is the space. It is the space between the two successive nodes is called as internode. So here the place between or the space between the two successive nodes is called as internode. So here see, this is one leaf. Okay, so this is one node and this is another node. Okay, so this is the node from which the leaf is emerging and this is the another node from which the leaf is emerging. So the distance between or the space between these two successive nodes is called as internode. So children, you must know what is node. Okay, so what is node? Node is a point of attachment on the stem from where the leaf is arising. What is internode? It is the space between the two successive nodes is called as the internodes. One more thing you have to remember, that is called as axil. That is called as axil. Okay. Another word, that is axil. So axil is the angle between the leaf and the stem. What is axil? It is the angle between the leaf and the stem is called as axil. And if the birds are arising at the axil, then those birds are called as the axillary birds. Right? What is axil? Axil is the angle between the leaf and the stem. And if the bud is arising from this region, it is called as the axillary bud. So children, remember what is node, internode and what is axil. So let us study about the parts of leaf. So this is a structure of a leaf. If you observe that in the leaf, there is a broader part. There is a broader part of the leaf is called as lamina. What is that? The broader part is called as the lamina. And these lamina, since it is a broader part, it absorbs the maximum carbon dioxide from the air and helps in the photosynthesis. So what is lamina? So lamina is the broader portion of the leaf is called as lamina. Come to the leaf apex. So leaf apex, it means that the tip. Apex means what? The tip. So the tip of the leaf is called as the leaf apex. Leaf margin. The margin of the leaf, right? So this margin of the leaf is called as the leaf margin. Leaf base. So leaf base, it means that it is a part of the leaf which is attached to the stem. So the basal portion of the leaf is called as the leaf base, which is attached to the stem. So this portion is called as the leaf base. Now the another term that is called as petiole. So petiole, it is a stalk of a leaf. It is a stalk of a leaf from which the leaf is attached to the stem. It is called as petiole. So this portion, so this is called as what? Petiole. What is petiole? It is a stalk of the leaf by which The leaf is attached to the stem, that is called as petiole. So please remember this word because oftenly in biology we will deal with the petiole. Next, come to the midrib. Midrib, so this portion which you are seeing, this one, so this portion is called as the midrib. So this petiole, that is a stalk of leaf, it will continues in the lamina, and this continuing portion or continuing part is called as the midrib. What is this one? So this portion is called as midrib. Here the leaf stalk, what do you call the leaf stalk? It is a nothing but the petiole. So these petioles continues in the leaf lamina, which is called as midrib. If you observe the midrib, they are thicker, and as they will goes up, they become thin, right? So this is called as the midrib. And these midribs again, they are dividing into the fine branches, right? They are dividing into the fine branches, and these branchings are called as veins. Those are called as what? Veins. Again, these veins are divided and the subdivided into the fine branches, and those are like this. Again, this is a vein which is again dividing into the fine branches, and these are called as ventlets. So again, once again you will see what do you mean by the lamina. Lamina is the broader portion of the leaf. Why it is a broader portion? Why? Because it has to absorb, or it has to take the maximum carbon dioxide from the atmosphere to carry the photosynthesis. So the broader portion of the leaf is called as lamina, and the tip of the leaf is called as leaf apex. The margin of the leaf is called as leaf margin. Leaf base. So the name itself suggests this one, leaf base. So this is the basal portion of the leaf which is attached to the stem is called as the leaf base. Petiole. Petiole is a stalk of a leaf. What is this? It is a stalk of a leaf by which the leaf is attached to the stem. So this is called as petiole. This is called as petiole. Midrib. So this petiole continues in the lamina is called as midrib. So this petiole, it continues in the lamina. Lamina is what? The broader portion of the leaf. So this petiole continues in the lamina of a leaf is called midrib. And from the midrib you can see some branches are arising, and these branches are called as the veins. And these veins are again divided into the fine branches called as ventlets. Now see children here, so this is a leaf, right? So this is a leaf, and what do you call for this point from which it is arising? What do you call this one? This is called as node. And the another leaf which is arising from this point, that is which is called as a node, and the space between these two is called as what? The internode. So when you see the parts of leaf, so this broader portion, what do you call for the broader portion? It is called as lamina. Okay, and what is this? What do you call this one? A stalk of leaf by which the leaf is attached to the stem. So this portion is called as petiole, and this petiole is continuing. See here, this petiole, it is continuing in the lamina, and this part is called as midrib. So see this one, this is the midrib, and from the midrib, if you see here, there are some branches are arising, right? And these fine branches are called as veins. Again, if you see deeply, these veins again divided and they are redivided into the fine branches forming a network, and those are called as ventlets, right? So this is the structure of leaf. Now let us see what are the types of leaves. There are two types of leaves are there. One is the simple leaf and another is the compound leaf. Now what do you mean by the simple leaf? In simple leaf, the lamina is undivided and is a single piece. See here, for example, as you know, lamina is what? This is the broader portion is called as the lamina. So this lamina is not divided. It remains as a single piece. Such leaf is called as the simple leaf. Whereas in the compound leaf, this lamina is divided and subdivided into the segments. See the diagram here. This is a lamina. In this lamina, again this lamina is divided. See here, they are divided into the small segments like this one. This is one segment, this is one segment, right? So the lamina is again divided and redivided into the small segments which is attached to the midrib or to a tip of the petiole. This type of leaf is called as the compound leaf. See here, when you see in the simple leaf, there is a single leaf. Here the lamina is not divided. It remains as a single leaf. Whereas in case of the compound leaf, the lamina is again, it is a subdivided. It is only, see, it is only, this is a petiole. In this case, this is a petiole. In this is a petiole. Okay, and this petiole continues with the in the lamina as a midrib, and this portion is called as lamina. So this lamina remains as a single. It is not dividing. But in case of the compound leaf, this is a petiole, and this is, so this one lamina is divided and subdivided into the small segments. These are small segments. Okay, so this type of the leaf where the lamina is divided into the small segments, these type of leaves are called as the compound leaves, and these small segments are called as leaflets. They are called as leaflets. Understood, children? See one more time. In the simple leaf, the leaves, the lamina is undivided. It is not divided, remains as a single piece. Whereas in case of compound leaves, see this is a petiole. Okay, this is a petiole of this leaf, and this lamina is divided and subdivided into the small segments. What do you call for these small segments? This is one leaflet. This is leaflet. So these small segments are called as the leaflets. This type of leaf is called as the compound leaf. For example, see in this case, here this is called as what? The compound leaf. For example, in case of the neem plant, you can see the compound leaves. Even in the tamarind, if you see that, the leaves are like this here. Okay, so they are what? They are compound leaf. So they appears like there are many leaflets are there. Okay, so these are not called as the leaves. These are a small segments which are called as leaflets. Why these are called as leaflets? Because here the lamina is divided and subdivided into the small segments, and these small segments are called as the leaflets. These type of leaves are called as the compound leaves. Yes, children, can anybody give the example for the simple leaf? For example, like in mango, jamun, and in China rose, you can see the simple leaves. And where you can see the compound leaves? So like in tamarind, right? You can see in the tamarind, in the rose plant, you can see the compound leaves. Now, the next we are going to study about the vanishing. So what do you mean by the vanishing? Vanishing the arrangement of the veins and the wendlets in the leaf. The arrangement of the veins and the wendlets in the leaf is called as venation. So already you guys know what do you mean by the veins. So tell me, what is this? What is this? So this is midrib. This is midrib. Okay, from the midrib, what are these? So these are veins, right? These are veins. So these veins are again divided into the fine branches called as wendlets, right? What is venation? It is nothing but the arrangement of the veins and the wendlets in the leaf. There are two types are there. One is reticulate venation and second is parallel venation. So in reticulate venation, so this is midrib, these are veins. Again they are divided into the fine branches called as the wendlets. And these wendlets, they forms a network like a structure, like this one. They form a network like a structure. Such type of arrangement is called as reticulate venation. So when you see any leaf where you will see the arrangement of the veins and the wendlets in the form of a network. So the veins and the wendlets, they forms a network. So they join together like a network. So this type of arrangement is called as reticulate venation. Okay, so come to the parallel venation. So in the parallel venation, say here these veins are goes parallel like this one. So they remains parallel, or in some cases they may be like this. They are not forming any kind of network. They do not form the network. They run parallelly. Those are called as the parallel venation. So what are the example for the reticulate venation? So for the reticulate venation, like in the rose, in the mango, you can see the reticulate venation. So where you will see the parallel venation? So usually you will see the parallel venation in the bamboo plant, right? Even in the banana plant and even in the coconut also you will see the parallel venation. Just if you are having the garden, just go to the garden and see that if the leaf is having these kind of a network, then that is a reticulate venation. If the veins are running parallel, okay, they are not forming here any kind of network, they runs parallel. So such type of venation is called as the parallel venation. One more thing here, in the reticulate venation, you have to remember this kind of reticulate venation is seen in the dicot plants. They are seen in the dicot plants. Okay, and the parallel venation seen in the monocots. They are seen in the monocots. So what do you mean by the dicots and the monocots? So for you guys, just remember, dicot plants, generally these are the trees, a big trees, where they are having the taproot system. They are having the taproot system, and here in the monocots, they are having the fibrous root system. And one more thing about the dicots, when you take the seed of the dicot plants and if you break them, you will get the two cotyledon. Dicot, di means two. So these are the plants which are having the two cotyledon in their seeds, and they are having only the single cotyledon. That's why they are called as the monocots. Okay, and these are called as the dicots. So this is also sometimes in your exam they can ask you this one. By giving this diagram, they can ask in which type of the plants these can be seen. Okay, if it is a reticulate venation, then identify whether it is a dicot or monocot. So children, you have to remember, if it is a reticulate venation, those are dicots, and if it is a parallel venation, it is called as the monocots. So dicots means here the seeds are having the two cotyledon and the monocots are having the single cotyledon, and these dicots are having a fibrous, they are having the taproot system. I will just explain what do you mean by the taproot system. So taproot system means there is a single root will be there, okay, and to this single root it is called as a primary root. It is called as what? Primary root. It is called as primary root, and to this primary root there is a secondary roots are there. So this is called as what? Secondary roots. Okay, and to again this one there are tertiary roots are there. So there is a single root which is called as a primary root, and they goes deep into the soil. Such type of a root system is called as a taproot system. It is called as a taproot system, and it is seen in the dicots. Okay, so they are having a single primary root, and to which the secondary roots and the tertiary roots are arising, and they go deep inside the ground. That is the reason that if you want to pull it out, the mango tree, is it possible for you? Why? Because it is having the taproot system. Now come to the monocots. So monocots, they are having the fibrous root system. So here fibrous root system. So in the fibrous root system, these are having a bunch of the roots which is arising from a single point. Okay, so this is called as what? The fibrous root system. So there is a bunch of roots will be there. Okay, the bunch of roots are arising from the single point, and these roots, they do not penetrate deeply into the soil. This is the reason that you can easily pull out the grass. Grass is also an example for the monocots. Okay, easily, even the wheat plant, right? You have seen that wheat plants, how they are during the harvesting, they will easily pull out the plants. Why? Because it is a monocots, because the roots will not penetrate deeply into the soil. Okay, so this is the major difference between the dicots and the monocots. Okay, let's one more time we will see venation. What do you mean by the venation? The arrangement of veins and the ventlets in the leaf is called as venation. There are two types of venation is there: reticulate venation and the parallel venation. In the reticulate venation, the veins and the ventlets, they are forming a network. They are forming a network in the leaf. Such type of venation is called as the reticulate venation. See children here, if you see here, you can see it is forming a network. This is veins, these are the ventlets which are dividing and forming they are forming what? They are forming a network. So this kind of a venation is called as the reticulate venation. Whereas in case of the parallel venation, see here, when you see this kind of leaf, here the veins, they are running parallelly, they are not intersecting, they are not forming any kind of network, right? So this type of the venation is called as the parallel venation. Okay, and one more difference between the reticulate and the parallel venation, the reticulate venation is seen in the dicots. Parallel venation is seen in the monocots. Example like mustard, mango, all these are the example for the reticulate venation. Whereas in the parallel venation, example grass, bamboo, right? So these are the example for the parallel venation. And one more difference, remember about the dicots and monocots. Dicots, they are having the seeds are having the two cotyledon, and the monocots, the name itself suggests, mono means what? Single. So they are having only single or a one cotyledon. Dicots, there is a fibrous, there is a taproot system, and in monocots there is a fibrous root system. So please remember the difference between the dicots and also the monocots, and the difference between the reticulate venation and the parallel venation. So tell me where you will see the reticulate venation. Yes, reticulate venation is seen in the dichots and the parallel venation is seen in the monocots. So, dear children, up to now we have studied about the parts of plants, then parts of leaves, and also we studied about the types of leaf and also about the venation. Now, for the biology, you have to make 200 pages of notebook and write the name of the chapter, the leaf, and in the very first page, children draw the diagram of plant where you are going to show the parts of plant like I showed in the beginning: root, stem, leaf, then flower, right, fruit, and I also showed the node, internode, and also you are going to show the axil. So this you have to draw in the very first page of your classwork, right? And if you want to color it, you can color the plant. So you, as you know that for the leaf you can use the green color, and for the roots you can use the brown color, and flower it is up to you. So whichever is your favorite color, so you can go with that color. And in the next page you have to draw the leaf, okay, the structure of leaf, which is in the page number 12. Okay, so it is in your textbook, page number 12. You have to draw the leaf and you have to label the parts. In the biology, this is very important. You have to label the parts. Okay, so label the parts, right? And also the words which are the key words. So all those you have to write along with the definition. So thank you, children.